Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, aunties and uncles.
All the above, whatever you claim to be, your judgment.
Welcome to a new show.
Yeah.
Hey, June. Welcome to the new show, Junie.
The new show of psy-chop. That rings a bell, doesn't it? That cuts right through the illusion of the world. Psy-chop. She's just
Dude,
letting
you
it
just
rip.
farted and
No, that's a
whining
good-
right in the beginning of the show.
That's
Go
a good
figure.
icebreaker.
Yeah, buddy.
Anyways, I'm Brandon.
My name's Paul. We're in a basement in Ontario.
That we certainly are. I actually live in this basement. This is Paul's house. That's why we decided to come together and start talking, because we have pretty interesting conversations, or so we like to believe, on a regular basis, and we wanted to put them out there to promote more dialogue between ourselves and other people.
And fellowship.
Yeah.
So
Fellowship.
let's talk about like the topics that we discuss frequently.
Yeah, that's a very wide range. Very wide range, man.
At the top,
The top would really have to do with the fact that we are trying to better ourselves as human beings consistently. I just took on a journey of sobriety just a bit over a year ago, and Paul's been on it for like a decade now.
9 years, yeah.
So that's been at the forefront of our friendship as well. And like in that span of just over a year, I've really been coming to realize a lot about myself, my place as a human being, and what my purpose is. And I think that's a huge part of our lives in general. In this society, particularly down in the West, we like to put our heads in the sand and numb ourselves. I can't really speak for everyone, but that's one way to keep your head in the sand, is by numbing yourself with substances, so that you don't have to really see the reality on a greater scale unfolding around you. And even with your head in the sand, time is ticking on. And I suppose you could say that now that I have my head out of the sand and I see the world for what it really is, it can be a very daunting place. I don't want to use like negative language in that context, but it is. It's a dark place, and I guess that's what we have come to realize and are trying to like break through, like navigating this world, from a place of purpose, from a place of clarity, and from a stance of trying to push positivity forward with the limited capacity that we have as individuals.
Yeah, I guess exploring those different things that we could do for ourselves that help on that journey kind of encompasses what this show could be about. Also, we're both musicians and artists, and it's like a really important part of our lives. So doing art and expressing yourself, we wanted to have kind of a show that would incorporate multi facets of our kind of existence, but also share in like the encouraging factor and the encouragement and the energy to partake and do stuff that's good for oneself, and keep that energy going, sharing, and kind of caring about ourselves, caring about each other, and spreading that positivity and goodwill. And within that spirit journey, trying to create more space for, I guess, what for us is like our peers and the men around us, but also, if we could touch a little more people on a broader scale and bring them into that discussion or just energy pocket,
Yeah,
That'd be awesome, right? So
absolutely.
it's like keep that going, and I think what other ways could we do that? One is like having a phone-in guest. We could phone in. I got it ready here with a microphone where we could take a call, but also I don't know, challenges.
Well, having physical guests too, you know,
Yeah,
like
we could
it
have
would
a
be nice
physical
to
guest.
reach some people who would like to come in and actually discuss whatever they happen to have on their heart with us, and to have like a an uncensored, like no holding back dialogue,
Mm-hmm.
whether we agree with one another or not. I think that's pretty big. Like I think in Canada, like a big thing is people are afraid to actually speak their minds now to a really large extent, because we have a lot of censorship that's been going on, uh, like legally as well.
Self-censorship
Yeah,
too.
self censorship, because people don't want to break the mold, because there's an expectation of us to behave in a cohesive manner, to the detriment of the individual, because it may go against our own morals, and that's pretty Orwellian. And in that regard, I'm just saying like that's not the kind of future that we want to have as human beings. Everyone should be able to speak their mind. You know, it shouldn't just be a select group of individuals who are espousing an agenda that should be able to vocalize themselves without restraint. And that's just like obviously occurring. Like there's just there are two tiers in this country and in many countries now, and like that has to be broken. You know, that has to be broken entirely. Otherwise, we're gonna end up in a world that's gonna resemble like good old Stalin's backyard and Ruski in the '60s.
Communistic.
Yeah, man.
That reminds me of a actual Orwell quote where I had written this on the wall of my last place where I had my studio, which was in a time of great deceit, speaking the truth becomes a revolutionary act.
I love that quote. Yeah,
That's pretty like
yeah, it's so
potent.
true.
And that could be kind of
Man,
like dovetailing to what our show is trying to talk about truths, even if they're uncomfortable and painful, but like with the expectation that the truth hurts for a reason because it kind of cuts to the source, and we should be unafraid to talk about truth, to speak truth, to bring up our truth, and to speak of things that are important.
mm,
So the more that we do that and share, and it's not to like attack or to judge or to like make fun of like different things, it's just to understand and to learn and to be guided by truth, hopefully. And we welcome, I guess, feedback and comments and whatever to try to express more truth and to find more truth, because nobody has all the truth, but that's a part of the journey, like
mm-hmm.
is uncovering things and learning, constantly learning towards finding deeper truths within yourself and your scenario. It's been cool that we have I built a sauna in the backyard last summer, I guess, and taking time to be in there and sweat and talk and deliberate and discern and to vent has been like really helpful. I think that we took and have that space in a way. So that's kind of like a little bit of this.
Yeah,
Where
it's like a little men's group.
We were constantly kind of sharing and being like, oh man, it'd be cool to like make a show or a podcast or something where we could talk about these things and have it just something that we could share and put good energy out there more. So having the cameras in the studio and doing music and stuff, I figured, hey man, we can do it. So this is the temporary setup for now.
Looks pretty damn good.
Any thoughts? Should we try to do a call and just see?
If you want to call
Cousin Brian,
that'll work. Yeah.
all right. let's dial him up and see. This will be the first guest, and we'll surprise him. Not sure if he wants to talk, but
He can vent for sure.
Hey, Paul, I can't talk long. I'm just at the doctor's.
okay, man.
What's going on?
We're just we're trying one of the first episodes of a mock show podcast,
Okay.
and we were just gonna be like, okay, we'll try like a call-in guest. So you were the first person I was just gonna call and be like, hey, man, so we're starting the show, just talking about stuff, truth, positivity, encouragement, and all that kind of stuff.
Or are you doing like a podcast right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the doctor's office waiting for cancer results, so not gonna get much positivity right now.
No.
Fair
no,
enough.
definitely
Fair
not.
enough. All
Yeah,
right. Well,
but,
hit me up after or whatever. I got your turkey and some sage for you.
word up, man. I'll I don't know how long it's gonna take because I'm just waiting in the office. So,
Sounds good, dude.
all right, brother. Love you, man. Peace.
Okay. Good luck.
Oh.
All right. Well, that's pretty real.
Yeah, that's intense. Poor Brian, man.
Yeah. Thoughts and prayers for my cousin going through all
Praying
that
for Brian.
stuff.
But that's pretty much the gist of it, right? You never know what another man's going through. Immediately, I thought he'd be the perfect guy to chat with because he's just such a flamboyant personality.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we'll get him on again.
mm-hmm.
Maybe after he's done that.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Maybe even bring him over here. Invite him over.
Well, I got his turkey, so he's got to come over.
What turkey? Like food?
Full on turkey, yeah. Let's see. Who else could we call here? Just try phoning Kyle just for the heck of it.
Hello.
Kyle.
Hello.
Kyle, how you doing?
Doing all right?
Where are you, Vancouver?
Yeah, I'm in Richmond.
How is it?
Yeah, just it's like the dramatic version of Vancouver.
Oh, cool, man. I was just calling you. We were trying like to do a podcast in my basement, and I was just like,
Oh, okay.
I was calling random people just to talk. So I called you just for fun.
Yeah, I'm on the train right now.
You're on the train?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. All right. Well, maybe it's not the greatest time to talk then, but hope you're doing well, man.
Yeah. It was good to hear from you.
Yeah, dude.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right. Sounds good, dude.
All right,
Okay. Peace.
peace.
Kyle on the train.
In Vancouver.
Vancouver somewhere.
Richmond.
Richmond.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Did he say it's the traumatic version of Vancouver?
I didn't catch what
He said something like that. Fuck, man. That's a leeway, but I was watching a video the other night of this Punjab journalist. I guess he was working like for, well, he does it for like obviously Indians because he was speaking in Punjabi the whole time. But he was just showing downtown Vancouver and how horrible it is. Like people are folded in the streets, walking around with hunchbacks. Like the government essentially just lets them all shoot up and use openly, just like down here. But like the drug dealers can like sell openly in the streets, just like down here. It's like that's what Canada has become.
That's weird.
You know, it's just so interesting because what do they call that? Harm reduction, but it's fucking harm production, buddy. You know what I mean? That's the wordplay that they utilize. They're not reducing the harm whatsoever. It's gone up tenfold, you know, because it's not like these guys are using drugs in a controlled environment like the Netherlands. They're openly being able to use fentanyl. and trank.
Like the hardest drug
Now,
ever.
worse drugs that are going to kill you,
Yeah,
know?
that's weird.
giving them to them en masse. And there's no hope for a lot of people. Like when you get into the depths of drug addiction, particularly like when you're addicted to something of that severity, like,
Where you have no control anymore whatsoever.
it's just a spiral, a deep, dark spiral. It's heartbreaking, man, seeing these people, and like we dehumanize them in society too. It's just like, oh, there's another one begging in the streets. Like I see the same people in the streets begging all the time until I don't see them anymore, if you catch my drift. Like, it's just...
Yeah. Well, that's an important topic for us,
Yeah, to touch base
It's
upon
like
addiction, for sure.
addiction and like trying to get better, finding that spark within you to go get help or to be rock bottom enough to desire to get help. It's really, really hard, and it's hard to let people when it feels like there's no control left. And I partially did feel like that, where you felt possessed.
Oh, yeah.
And you're wondering, like, how do I break free of this? And it almost feels impossible. And for some people, you could kind of also sense that it feels impossible and daunting and nearly like, kind of like hopeless to do it. And then you wonder, as our friends in society and people, that it's like, these are our, family and friends and uncles and aunts and stuff. How do we help?
Get through to them.
What do we do? And, it's like, I think I just saw Wob Canoe talking about that.
What? Wob Canoe?
Wob Canoe.
Okay.
He's like I think he's an MP in Manitoba.
Yeah.
And he was talking about like meth, and he's like, if we're going to have compassion, but we're going to have to like do something, because they're not going to make choices. And it's hard when people aren't making choices. And then there's like this unsafety going around everywhere, So it's like, how do we take people and find help for them, or find a way to get catharsis, to create a place where it's like, we kind of know if there's no will, then there's never going to be a long-term solution. So how do we invoke that willingness to be like, hey man, we can get healthy and we can have a turnaround. We need the respite and the break out of the druthers and the social brutalness that is addiction.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
You're never going to do it when you're like partially on the street.
No, you need a guy walking up to you and dragging you into the back of a van and forcing you to a
go to a
rehab
nature resort with good staff or something.
Well, I don't know about that. Like maybe an enormous camp. That
Fun
sounds
camp.
really bad. Like a good old
a fun camp, not a
a good old work camp. Where the boys get to work off the sweats, and like there's psychiatrists and
a controlled, helpful, positive environment of rehabilitation, but also spiritual evolutionary help. And
like I was thinking of work camp in the sense that they get clean for a bit, and then they have to learn skills like over the course of 2 years, and then they're like reintegrated into society to pursue those roles that they just trained for under the guided mentorship of people who have already graduated that program. It's kind of like AA, but working anonymous, and then under the tutelage of people who have successfully completed that program. Like, this is all just like hypothetical, but that's like their what do you call them? Your sponsor. You got to report to them.
Yeah, that'd be like phase 3 of like the 3-phase approach of first like just doctoring and like healthily trying to wean people off in a way that's like very appropriate.
Yeah.
It's so tough though. But you need help and supervision to try to get off really hard drugs.
And if you don't have anything when you're sober, you're fucked. You're gonna end up relapsing relatively quickly. You got to have something worth fighting for that you're working towards each and every day.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're going to be like, man, that fucking hit was the best feeling ever. My buddy told me.
Well, you can't
It
go
was
back
like-
to the same old
Like, there's
scenario.
no, there's like nothing better than a hit, you know? Like the feeling these people get, like the dopamine. I hate saying like these people, but the feeling you get off of these drugs.
Well, it's your comfort, like the same with us. It was the comfort and the part of our solution to the void that we feel.
It's terrible, yeah.
So you fill up the void and realize that it's never going to be fulfilled, and no amount is going to do you right.
No.
And it's like that saying, one is too many and 1,000's never enough, which is pretty classic.
Yeah, you can't, like you have a beer and then you want 19. And then, well, no, like that's the thing, right? It just doesn't end. You can't get enough.
It doesn't end. That's the unfortunate part.
And then like the next day it carries on over and then you're in that vicious cycle of just hobgobbling around. Oh man, that is a trip.
Yeah.
That is a trip. And I think obviously since COVID, but like this entire society that we have is so ingrained in addiction, and it's not solely through the use of substances. It's like on your any technological, you know, everything has to go to an extreme. You know, we're so distanced from who we genuinely truly are and who we could possibly be.
Yeah.
And, you know, our distance from God, which used to be above all. You know, you had a relationship with God, you had a relationship with other people, and you had a relationship, obviously, with yourself. You know, like, people didn't used to commit suicide, you know, and
Wow.
not to the same extent as they do now, man. People are dropping like flies.
People
And we have, like, more than we've ever had in a society before. Like, obviously, that's going down now.
more stuff but less purpose.
Yeah. And that's only going to continue to accelerate, like with the advent of artificial intelligence. Like, we're not even prepared for it. It is going to be so detrimental to society. It is going to put so many people in a state of hopelessness. So many people. You think, like, people live their purpose through having a job, an occupation that allows them to feel as though they are needed within society, and then they don't feel guilty for going out and treating themselves and living their lives and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence is going to replace every clerical role, every bureaucratic role, everything, man. Everything. You know, I was writing last night. I was editing my book. I put in a paragraph after I went through Grammarly, which is just an app to check the spelling. But I put my book in to double check through Grammarly with AI to edit, to see all the fucking mistakes, to see if I got them all. AI fucking spit out a different book altogether. It rewrote the entire book in like 30 seconds.
The whole thing.
The thing, I was like, what the fuck is this? And
Your grammar's off.
no, it was like, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is a different book entirely. It's like, no, these are the words that you used in certain points. I didn't rewrite the book. I restructured it. It had nothing to do with the book that I wrote whatsoever. It was an entirely different book, an entirely different plot, and it made it all up, like the lore and everything. Everything. Within
Weird.
fucking 30 seconds. And I started reading of it, the first chapter. I was like, it's so bad. You know, and that's the worst part about it. Like, even, like, I've been writing a book for fucking years now. I'm not a great author, but like, I love doing that. That gives me purpose outside of work and everything. And just seeing that, I was like, holy fuck. Like,
That's funny.
it's terrifying. That's like most people are just gonna want to read that junk. They'll write their own book and just read their own book.
Yeah.
Why would they read your book? They have an idea. They're like, oh, a dinosaur on Mars that fractured into 7 pieces, and those 7 pieces went to the other planets, and they all animated into a different dinosaur, and then they had an intergalactic war, and then AI will just spit you out a prompt and be like, yeah, here's a 1,000-page novel
Yeah.
based off of that.
Why not?
You know?
Or a kid's book and it's drawn already.
Yeah.
It's going to be weird that there's going to be a suspicion towards all art.
Everything.
And you're going to be curious to wonder if people did it. Or you're like, sounds a little bit AI, doesn't it? And you're like, oh, you don't know.
Well, you can tell it's too perfect when it's AI. And that's the flaw, because humans are imperfect, right? We're not meant to be perfect. When you see that raw, rare virtuoso who has like an angelic voice and can play like that, it's like that dude or gal is gifted. And that's the beauty of it. It's like some people just got gifts, man. Like, that's the beauty of it. But when it's AI, it's like it obviously sounds a lot better than that, but it's just it's so fake. It's
like
so fake.
super produced music with like perfect everything.
Yeah.
But
like,
will it learn to add mistakes to try to trick
replicate us?
more?
For sure it will.
Probably.
For sure. It's like Predator trying to trick humans by sounding like them to draw them closer so that he can kill them. That's what fucking Terminator does. Well, this Terminator AI is going to do. They just wrote all these movies, right? Television, they're telling us the vision, and we are fucking marching towards it, man. You know, that's how this... Yeah, well, that's a whole other topic. Magic, right? You know, that's how their dark magic works. They're telling you what they're going to do. They're ingraining that idea in your mind.
Yeah.
And then because it's already... That seed is planted, and that's what they're telling you they're going to do. If you don't actively resist that, that's what they're going to create before you. You know?
Yeah, it's called programming.
Yeah.
That's so weird, eh? Okay, I'm going to try to make another call here.
Who are you calling?
Zach Attack.
Oh, Zach? Yeah, tell him to come over and play some sax.
Calling Zach, my friend and saxophonist.
He was in a couple of movies.
Also sober.
Mm-hmm. You have reached the voicemail box of Zach Sedler.
What's his last name?
Zedler. I think it's with an S, but yeah. All right. Who else could we phone? Yeah, it's good to, dude. As we're talking, I'm thinking like of how we dive into each topic, but then it's so easy to change topics.
That's why we have to have a schedule. And we have to have proper... No, like a formatted discussion. We'll learn to
do it better.
Yeah.
And I think talking to somebody will keep us in a zone.
You can talk to me. I'm right here.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
Let's see.
How do you know you're not calling AI, buddy? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I end up checking Facebook. I'm like, this is not the point of this here.
No, that's not.
I want to get away
So-
from being on the phone, unless we do a guest.
You want to know what
We're
I
talking.
did this morning, like 1 a.m, because I've deleted like all the apps on my phone
Nice.
except like I still have internet, right? And I find I'll fucking go on YouTube and just watch shorts, which is one of the worst things you can do for your mind. Watching shorts, you don't learn fucking anything.
Well, that's
and
the
it just
TikTok algorithm, and now, yeah, they're
rots
all
your
trying
brain,
to
man.
do that.
rots your brain. So I put on grayscale, which takes away all the color on your phone,
Oh yeah.
and I do find that inhibits my willingness to watch videos.
Yeah, I
black
like
and white.
listening now too.
I even find like when I'm working out or whatever, like listening to podcasts and shit like that. Do I retain any of this? Do we ever retain anything anymore? Or is there's just too much information out there?
Well, maybe if it's really good, useful
Yeah,
information.
yeah. That's why people have fucking strips on their noses that they sleep with at night, because that helps them breathe.
Yeah.
Retain that information. You know?
You need wider nostrils. That was the.
I fucking do.
Oh yeah, maybe you do need those things. Magnet nostrils.
What do you mean?
The strip is like a magnetic thing. They put it and it goes psh, and it pulls it up because it's got a magnet in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they're like, whoa, I could breathe.
Yeah, it's something I've struggled with for so long. All that concrete dust and fine wood dust from the chainsaw and everything. It all adds up over time.
Yeah, do a couple more neti pots.
Yeah, I didn't like that the first time I did it. It's
It
really weird
sucks,
and
yeah.
invasive. I don't like putting that up my nose.
All right, so what else? What else have we got for this first episode? Anything?
Dude, there's a lot. I could talk all day, but
Well, let's leave it there just to keep it simple. Last thoughts that we could go on or dovetail towards the next one, or something that we could say to the audience to
there's not really much to say.
include them in this journey of just talking about stuff. Kind of
Yeah,
like a
well,
sharing circle.
in that regard, if there's anything that you guys were interested in that we discussed over the course of this and would like us to expand upon more deeply in a future discussion, because that's really what this is. It's just us having long format discussions about things that we're intrigued by, are passionate by, or passionate about, actually.
That's positive.
Yeah, well,
That's
if it's negative
uplifting.
too, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, stuff to
know?
any blockages or like stuff that we need to release to get towards a place of taking on more potential and positivity in our lives and
Yeah.
health, and the balancing act of that.
Yeah.
I guess we are going to just keep on drilling that home, because that's the important thing, is to stay uplifted and encouraged in the weird, crazy, beautiful, dark world that we live in.
Yes. Absolutely.
And is
It's,
psy-chop a good name? Let us know if psy-chop is a good name. If it's not, we'll find a good name
Side chopped.
for the psyop. We're going to chop through the psyop.
Side chop.
Psy-chop.
Side chop.
All right, thanks everybody for listening.
From a program that has already been ordained. Well, it's a scheme already.
Well, that's fun, dude. I think that'll actually be a lot of fun when we start getting into the role of this.
Yeah. No, I felt pretty comfortable. All right. See you next time, everybody.